Where to start? Okay, I think today it was probably pretty apparent this was not as physical of a practice as we've had. We obviously were in our soft shoulder pads and helmets for a variety of reasons. One, we were really emphasizing our third downs, and that was the big bulk of the practice. We repped some red zone, and then obviously the 2-point plays there at the end of practice. We obviously have a scrimmage tomorrow night, and we held some guys out of practice to really try to get them back, get them fresh for that. We've got a really light workout tomorrow morning, again, working special situations. So these practices are valuable, and I thought we handled this one much better than a couple of our previous lighter practices. I thought the guys were really tuned in to what we were trying to get accomplished. We put good stuff on film for us to look at and meet about tonight, and get ourselves prepared for tomorrow.
What's going on with Sua?
He's got a groin strain.
Groin strain, okay. Are any of the guys who were out today possible to play tomorrow night?
Yeah, they are. They are. Again, we'll have to assess that tomorrow. That was part of it for me today, thinking we ended practice yesterday at about 5 o'clock to give them a full day off today and give them almost another full day off tomorrow. We're not going until about 7 o'clock tomorrow night. So some pretty good chance for recovery, for rehab, for rest. So we'll have to assess that tomorrow afternoon for some final decisions.
What are you hoping to, anything in particular you're looking for?
Really curious is trying to start to put it all together now, right? I mean, we've worked on so many little phases of the game. And again, I think the coaches have done a nice job, the players have done a nice job of focusing in on the special situations within the game. That our practices have been positive. Now it's trying to pull it all together, and it won't be a total game-like atmosphere, but there will be a chance for the 5 different special teams phases to get work within practice. So we aren't just focusing on 1 or 2 within the practice. They're all going to get reps. There's going to be opportunity for us to play live football and to tackle. Then there's going to be opportunities for us to step back and go to more of a wrap tempo, but working on the special situations and substitutions and all of those things. So it's about putting it all together, and we'll see how far we come in a week and a half's time.
Were you more pleased today with, you had talked about picking up the pace and
Yeah,
having to go faster?
I was. I thought our guys were much improved, especially early in practice. I thought the tempo was really good, and that's something that we can point to tonight looking at the film. When we watch film, we watch it really 2 different ways. One is the traditional way of you watch the sideline view and the play ends, then you get the end zone copy. We also have a running camera going from the sideline to where it never stops. So I can watch an entire period in real time, and I can really time our guys from snap of the ball, end of the play, from that end of the play to when the ball snapped again. And so I can get a gauge for the tempo at which we're operating at. So I'm envisioning when we do that tonight, especially early in practice, that our tempo is very good.
How do you do that? Do you have a stopwatch, or how do you time it?
It's really pretty simple. Yeah, stopwatch. The play's over, start, the ball snap, end. How many seconds was it?
How much time would you like to have between plays?
Well, it varies. I hate to say this is the number, because the moment I substitute, the moment I change personnel groupings, the moment we motion, we're going to be a little bit slower. But when we're not motioning, when we're not subbing, and we're just lining up and going, that ball should be snapped between anywhere in 10 to 13 seconds, and that's the speed that we can operate at. Now, you throw in a sub, you throw in a motion, you throw in a change of formation, that's naturally going to take time off. But anytime that there's less than 15 seconds on the play clock, that was probably by design. Maybe we're trying to get an audible in, maybe we're trying to get a read on the coverage or the defense. So there's varying speeds that we can operate at, but when we're trying to go at top speed, we have to make sure that we go at the speed at which we operated today, which I was pleased with.
When you see something in a practice like tomorrow, live practice, that you don't necessarily like, is it do it again, or is it make note of it and come back to it?
We'll make note of it. We don't have the teach periods in tomorrow's practice like we have in our traditional practice settings, where we have kind of the 3 stoppages within practice where we can go work on some of the mistakes that might have been made. That's our chance to fix the things that in a traditional football practice, you do something wrong, everybody stops, you teach it, and then you go do it again right at that moment. We don't have that luxury at the pace we operate at, so we do a lot of the fixing of those things during those teach periods. Tomorrow night we won't have that. It won't be a game, but it'll have a little bit of that game feel to it, to where we're going to have to move on. We're going to have to fix things on the sidelines in between those series, and it'd be a good chance for us from a communication standpoint to operate as a staff, and then ultimately to communicate with our players.
Is there a specific number of plays you like to run in a game?
More than 80.
More than 80.
More than 80. You know, by the end of the season, we should average over 80 plays a game. If we do that, then we're operating at a pretty good clip. And there's going to be games, you guys will be blown away at the end of the first half. We might run near 60 plays. It's just the way certain games go. There'll be other games that I'll be talking to the staff that we've only run 28. And it's just depending on our opponent's ability to convert third downs, our ability to convert third downs, to extend those drives, to get more plays ran. So there's a real formula to success that we believe in, you know, I'm sure here before it's all said and done, I'll give you guys every little aspect of it and all that. So, but that is one piece to it, that we'd like to average over 80 plays a game.
Does the guy tomorrow, like Adoree, need to play more than say Leonard? You know,
I don't know if need is the right word, you know, and I think that I want to make sure we're in a good position. I'm not going to force it on anybody, because when you start thinking about it, that we're, you know, come Friday, we're 2 weeks away from being in the team hotel getting ready to play. So I don't want things nagging. I don't want